Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're tuning in. My name is Jonathan Torres-Herrera, and you are watching the JTH Show. Today, I want to talk about Elon Musk, scarier than AI. First, roll that intro. All right, so before I get started, let me quickly thank everyone that has subscribed, liked the videos, share the videos, comment on the videos, watch the videos. I feel that sometimes, I should do that more often. I know you guys have a lot more to choose from, and the fact that you guys come here and watch the show and have helped me grow the show into what it is to this point, is very, I'm very lucky for you to, have me as one of your choices. So I feel very fortunate, and I thank you for that. And if you haven't liked or subscribed, it's okay. I forgive you. It is not too late. We can turn this around. Go ahead and do it now. Well, I'll wait. Thank you very much. Okay, all is forgiven. See, no problem. All right, cool, guys. Just kidding. All right, let's move on. So, I have a great video that I feel kind of excited about. I don't mean to clickbait you guys into feeling like Elon Musk is some evil dude. I don't believe he is. Okay, let me first come out and say that straight out. I don't want all the Elon Musk fans out there to be like, F you, dude. He's the best guy. Hey, he's cool. He's cool, okay? But some of the stuff he said on the podcast he was on the Joe Rogan Experience, depending on who you are, you might find it scary.
I actually sort of sympathize with the anti-globalization people because it's like, man, we don't ever want everywhere to be the same.
Definitely, you might find it, concerning, I guess. And I'll get into it here real quick. Before, let me go ahead and give you guys a quick rundown, right, of Elon Musk, for those some of you guys that don't know who Elon Musk is, right, the few of you. So he is the founder, operator for a lot of these companies, including Tesla, the Boring Company, and SpaceX. According to Wikipedia, I'll give you exactly what Wikipedia says. Elon Reeve Musk was born June 28, 1971, is an engineer, industrial designer, technology entrepreneur, and philanthropist. This guy's like fucking like Iron Man. He is a citizen of South Africa and the United States, in which he has, the country he has lived in the majority of his life, and even a citizen of Canada. He is the founder, CEO, and chief engineer designer of SpaceX, co-founder and CEO and product architect of Tesla, Inc., founder of the Boring Company, co-founder of Neuralink, and co-founder and initial chairman of OpenX. He has an estimated net worth of $39.4 billion. Yes, you heard that correctly, as of 2020. Side note, by the way, congratulations to him because he recently had a baby on May 4th, who he named, ready? XAE A12. Him and his partner named the baby, and he explained while on the show.
I mean, it's just X, the letter X, and then the AE is like pronounced Ash. Yeah, and then A12. A12 is my contribution.
Oh, why A12?
Archangel 12, the precursor to the SR-71. Coolest plane ever.
I found it a little weird, that he would name his baby X Ash or AE, and then A12. That is the baby's name. So, future X Ash A12, good luck in school and in life. So, you'll be fine. Your dad's Elon Musk for F's sake, right? So you'll be fine. So the what I want to talk about and what I found really, really interesting is actually the last two companies that I mentioned, Neuralink and OpenAI. Now, those of you guys familiar with those companies or those terms, it's exactly what it sounds like. The companies that he's developing, including these two, are to further the advancements of technology based on artificial intelligence or AI. And the other one, the Neuralink, is the testing of technology in humans to treat neurological conditions like movement disorders, spinal cord injuries, and even blindness. Man, that, just that part right there before we get into anything else can be a little earth shattering and a little, surprising, some maybe even a little bit like, is this a prank, a joke, when you just hear it like that, right? Kind of like out of a movie or out of like a Black Mirror, one of those episodes, where we have stuff implanted in us. Hell, you probably have even, I think, maybe seen one of my videos where I talked about it, right? Of companies implanting things on us and, all these other conspiracies. And this guy, worth billions, is like, yeah, I'm going to make companies to do exactly that. So initially, to many people, they might feel like, okay, so you are the future ruler of humanity and you're going to try to control me. And, actually turns out the U.S. government is actually the good guy, but you're the evil, like you're like, Dr. Elo or something. However, for maybe the other few, maybe, or maybe more than a few of you that are more on kind of like my side, I would suppose, you will understand that there is actually some good intent behind it. Of course, I agree that there is the possibility, the very large and real possibility that, like anything else in life, when new tech comes out, there's always going to be a group of people that are going to try to F it up and use it to, make themselves rich, to troll, to just cause panic. I don't know, right? There's always going to be that group of people. So this definitely is a part of that. But some of the highlights of the show, to get into more of what he said on here, is, he said, if you can't beat him, join him. As in reference to the AI, right? That he feels is inevitable at this point, that is coming, whether it's him or some other company, it is coming. And if we, as a society, don't embrace it, and at one point or another, become what he calls it symbiotic, then we can be the victims or fall victim to the AI. He really does believe that. It does have the potential. Now, I guess side note, the scary part is like, damn, dude, what do you know about AI that we don't? I mean, for the people like me that, we're familiar with the term, artificial intelligence. Okay, it's like a smart, very, very smart robot, right? That is learning, I guess, from itself, and it's learning from humans, and it's like, hell, it's like effing Ultron, but Jesus, that what do you know that we don't know, that you're thinking that we're going to fall, victims to it? And, I guess it's easy to understand that if the AI were to develop, for some reason, had the ability to also develop feelings or a type of consciousness that, can, hoard, resentment for whatever reason that you do something to it, or have a bias, then we definitely could fall victim to something, a machine that is probably going to be at least 10 times smarter than us, if not more, right? Definitely more agile when it comes to using technology, more than we do, because we still need our opposing thumbs, which I'm going to get into what he's also said about that. But anyways, he said, if you want to be along for the ride, as far as like in the future, he believes there will need to be, again, symbiosis, meaning the interaction between two different organisms. Not that, I guess, a machine would be an organism, right? But anyways, right? And they work together to become something better, I suppose, is what being, and the symbiosis is what he means. He believes that we already are, in some type of symbiotic pairing, I guess he said. I don't remember the exact words, but he said, with AI to a certain extent, especially with all the technology that we use nowadays. And he said, if you're the kind of person that has it all around your house, on you, like your watch, your smart watches, smart glasses, your phones. Hell, there's even nowadays smart tennis shoes and all this other crazy stuff. Then we are essentially are already, getting to where he is saying that we're going to get to even further, right? We're already on our path there. He added, which is actually very true. He said something that I'm like, yeah, I guess sometimes I may feel like that. He said, when somebody leaves their phone behind or their laptop or something that they use, throughout the whole day, they leave it behind, they lose it. It runs out of power. You feel like you're losing a limb. Like you feel like, you consistently go back to it knowing that it's not there. Like if, an example, you go out on a trip and you forgot your phone, you might be on your trip. You left it on your, the moment you left the house or something, But as you're going throughout your day, you're progressing throughout your day, you feel like, oh, I forgot I left it. And it's true, much like someone, right? Not same, but similar to someone that maybe has a cast on and they can't use their arm. They find themselves kind of like pulling and trying to use their arm. Let alone someone that doesn't have one, right? Some kind of limb that this just feels like they're there. I think they call them like phantom pains or phantom something, right? When you maybe someone that had a leg and it's been amputated or something. So he said it's very similar nowadays, and it's going to get worse when it comes to technology and how we feel attached to said technology. I can agree. I can, to a certain extent, agree. I definitely feel, a little out of place when I don't have my phone. I know it's bad. I know. Maybe I shouldn't be as attached to my tech as I am, but I have fallen victim to the technology. I'm a victim now. So what did he say? For people who are like, let's go and protest this guy and cancel Elon Musk. Well, first of all, no. If you didn't, by the way, Elon Musk doesn't give a lot of F's when it comes to the stuff he says. In fact, today I saw a quick glimpse on a tweet that he is planning on moving Tesla, one of his companies, completely out of California. Right? I don't know exactly the reason why, but that's the kind of guy he is. He on the show also said that he is getting rid of all his personal belongings. He talked briefly about a house that he thought he was going to make or thought about building, and he instead said, no, because it's a liability. It's like, it's going to keep me back. And, what I want to do is take people to Mars, and having all these belongings is preventing me from getting there. Again, this is a guy worth billions. Doesn't, I guess want for a lot physically, like stuff, other tech and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, everything out. And Joe Rogan asked him, so what are you going to do? You're going to rent a house? He's like, yeah, I'm going to rent a house. Simple. I'm going to focus rather on taking people to Mars, because this other company, SpaceX, that's what they're doing, right? They're finding out how to land, which I believe they already did, by the way. Spaceships, or rocket ships, once they launch, they land. Unlike before, where they used to just crash into the ocean, he wants to find a way for them to land, right? Yes, just like you said, you think about it in a movie, and then be able to launch up again. Other than a plane, I guess I can do that. It's a very different, I guess, dynamic when you're talking about a big ass freaking rocket ship or a spaceship or whatever that's meant to go into space and then come right back down. Because I would have to do that, right? Somehow in Mars when he finally gets people there. And he's like, having all these personal belongings is no bueno for me. So that's a little crazy, right? That a guy like that would worth so much money, and every day he's worth more. He's, I'm sure going to be at one point, possibly one day, competing with maybe like what, Jeff Bezos maybe? And Jeff Bezos has an obscene amount of money. Like, it's just insane how much that guy has as well. And I think sometimes, like, man, if those guys got together, man, along with some other billionaires, right? Who knows what they could accomplish. One thing that I was impressed, I guess, and to a certain extent, he feels that this technology, this Neuralink, by the way, which he briefly described, that you would have a part of your skull removed temporarily, I guess, and then surgically, put in this device. He said it was actually not that very big, with these wires somehow into your brain. How is the wiring going to go into your brain? I have no idea. Maybe he doesn't even really know, right? He's not a surgeon. But the point is, he would go and do that, and then I guess send some type of shock waves or something, right, that would restore, again, something as crazy as blindness. Excuse me. That's major. That's insane. That's, at least I felt like that's pretty freaking impressive that if, in fact, it can do that, right? And he said that he feels like they would have this company is prepared to, go and ask the FDA for approval within the next 10 years. That's really, really, really fast. And in fact, he added that within the next 25 years, he actually, I guess, has plans to have a full working interface for a whole brain. Meaning, this is the part that I'm really nerding out about, because I've said it to my wife and I've said it to other friends. Meaning, and he said, assuming civilization is still around, he said, you will be able to basically remove or copy all of what you are into a whole brain interface, right? So right now, and Joe asked him, right, the host of the show. So is it like, well, I guess in a way it's like kind of like we do now, right? If you die right now, God forbid, or if I did, these videos, it's like a ghost of me. It exists now. You can kind of say forever, right? And in a way, that is a part of you that is left behind, right? Your mannerisms, how you talk, and all this, by the way, can be taken later, like hypothetically. And I've never shared this, I think, with you guys. I'm, in a way doing this already a little bit ahead of time where I'm leaving my voice, my mannerisms, what I'm saying, the way I'm thinking, so that possibly the technology is around. And if my wife wants to, if my kids want to, they can incorporate, right, all this footage into a system and then almost replicate me to have a conversation. Some of the tech it's already there. Everything from holograms, like if you guys didn't see the Tupac concert he gave post-mortem recently, or not recently, a couple years ago rather, excuse me. It was all from different footage that was collected, right, from other concerts he gave. It's a hologram. It's, nothing like you see in Star Wars, but damn, holy, and for us to be able to possibly have that tech, kind of like you saw an example on Avengers movie, right, where Tony Stark, you can see, obviously very, with a lot of, what do you call it, special effects, recreate supposedly when he was a kid, his mom and his dad talking, similar, very similar, all to stuff that we left behind. And that's what he was talking about. Like at one point, there will be some kind of full, AI system that you can leave everything and everything that you are. So it's almost like you never die. It's insane. I know this topic is such a broad topic. I probably would need to break it down in so many videos and have different guests on just to talk about the possibilities of what he's saying that his companies are working towards. So not even in theory, they're already working towards that, right? And for between the timelines of 10 to 25 years to have all that out, hopefully, I'll still be around to see all that. And, yes, maybe when it first comes out, it'll be super expensive to get that done and only the rich will be able to. But just like these phones right here, these screens, that camera that's recording me, it was, this big, and then it shrunk, and then now it's like massively available to everybody, right? So this tech would probably go through similar phases. I think it's cool. I think it has its drawbacks. I think it has definitely some, many downsides rather, to how it can be abused and obviously used for profit, like everything else that comes out. But I think to a certain extent, it has many positives to it, and you don't need to agree with me. I know that life means different things to you and I. Life to you and the fact that you're going to die to some people might mean, that it is more precious. That the fact that you have your parents, your siblings, your significant other, your children, and you're going to die, and they're going to die, and it kind of just brings more meaning. And the fact that meaning can be, I guess, threatened or taken away because now you can just say, hey, I'm going to upload my subconscious in a way, right? And in a nutshell, to some AI that's going to act like it's me. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, screw that, dude. I don't want any machine acting like it's me. That's not me. And if it's a machine, it's not me. And, I don't want that for my children. That's, that you're going to be tortured. That's some group. That is some group. Not everybody. Look at technology right now. I'm sure when it first came out, it's like, dude, I want to write a letter. I want to continue writing letters. Email is ridiculous. It's going to take away the essence of what I am writing. I can just picture that. I never heard anybody say that, but I can just picture that argument, right? What is it, like 20 something years ago when email came out? And now it's just like, even email is getting kind of like stale. And it's like, hey, let's move on to social media and instant messaging. I think it's just how we're evolving as a society. And he's not necessarily wrong to want to push all that out for people that want to, because he also made it very clear. Neither him nor anybody does he feel to have the power, or should have the power to just implant something in your brain, right? Now, the fact that you feel like, well, they're going to, it's a big conversation. Let's not get off traffic or off topic, because I know how you are. At the end, those are my notes. At the end, I guess it'll be your choice. It'll be my choice if we're still around, and whoever is around to say, yeah, let's go. Put me under, implant this in my head because I look forward to the benefits of recovering my eyesight, not having maybe to suffer through Tourette syndrome, or any other, again, like you said, neurological disorder that is preventing you from living, quote unquote, a normal life, right? To some. And to others, I'm sure there will be protests and stuff like that and demonstrations that will be trying to, cancel this out. And just like we see now with an example, something as simple, not simple, but something like abortion, right? It's just the tech came out, the ability came out, and it has evolved over years to do that if you want to, that kind of procedure. And we have people demonstrating outside of places that do that, right? So I think, you get the point. There will always be people that oppose that. On the other hand, I think, personally speaking, like I said, I don't know. I kind of look forward to it. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Until next time. See ya.